Hello, hello, hello. It is me, B with B Code. I'm back at you again with another, as I like to say, live taping. Um, Anyhow, I want to get right to it because it's late. I don't intend on being on here long, and I just wanted to um, give my baby mamas out here in distress some game so that they can gain a little bit of freedom without having to necessarily rely on their baby daddies. But first of all, as usual, I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers and those who watch my videos. You're going to have to excuse my voice because I'm a little sick. Um, Please do not hesitate to hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, comment once the video is over. Anyhow, I think I want to first of all, I want to do some modifications to my title, The Art of Baby Mama, The Art of Being a Baby Mama, and having your freedom too. I think that's better. I think that um, suits what I'm going to talk about a little bit better. So, save the changes and moving right along. So, there's this, I can't say new YouTuber, but there is a YouTuber um, that is making videos, and I have taken a liking to his content. I made a couple of comments here and there, maybe one or two, I don't know, maybe one. But I really enjoy his content because what he speaks on is realness and he speaks the truth. And it's from his perspective, of course, but you can pretty much tell it's a black man and his perspective is one to be respected if you're really looking for knowledge and power in being a better man or being a better woman, but more so a better man. Because what we are dealing with is we're dealing with a lot of men, a lot of black men who don't have their shit together. Those of you that are new to my videos, I particularly stick to black people because I don't know what's going on in other races. I just know what's going on in my race. Hopefully, I don't offend anybody by excluding them, but I just like to stay in my lane. So, anyhow, he let me see. Let me look. Let me stop calling him he and say what his name is. Hopefully, this thing. Okay, so this is the public offender. I like his title. I like his name. Public offender. And so he was reviewing a video of a black woman, and she was pretty much having an argument with her baby daddy about watching these kids. Like, sir, can you keep these kids for a little while? I need a break. I need to go out and get some fresh air. I might want to, go to the store and get me, a soda and just chill and relax and not have to worry about, kids and different things of that nature, in which she should be able to get a break. But anyhow, I'm not going to keep you. I'm not going to say too much, but I'm just going to piggyback off of the public offender. And then I'm going to give my commentary, drop some gems and jewels, because you shouldn't have to go through this. You should be able to navigate getting your freedom as a baby mama without having to do all this back and forth with your baby daddy. But anyway, let's get into it. Let me share my screen. And then we can get into it. So I'm not going to play his commentary. I'm just pretty much piggybacking off of him for the video. I don't be on social media like that. So a lot of times I don't see, these videos. I just see them on other creators' um, pages. So here we go. Let me see. Let me make sure.
Said what? You said what? Why? Okay, well, why? Why wouldn't you want to watch both of them yourself? Like, what's the issue? I said, but why? I don't have to. I'm saying, but why don't you want to watch both of them yourself? It's because it's hard. You don't want to say that because you know it's hard. But when I'm here watching them, you don't understand that it's hard for me. But now that I'm asking you to watch both of them, oh, now it's hard. But when it's just me, you don't understand. I'm just saying I'm not about to do it. So you're not about to watch. Why you don't? Why you not about to? Like, what's the reason? I'm just trying to figure out what's the reason. Your reason, you just want to go because I want to get some air. Right, that's not, no, I'm not doing it because of that. That's what you're not understanding. That's why I'm because I want to get air. That's why because I want to get air. You don't care about my mental and my well-being. Bro, if you felt that way, you should have told them that shit today. You said you was okay, so don't try to switch it like it's something. I'm saying, but I told them that I don't get help, and that's the issue. Okay, so I just told you. So I'm asking you to help me and just take both. No. But I'm saying I'm here all the time with both the kids. So why can't you just sit here with both of them? Okay, I'm just trying to get understanding. What's the reason?
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there because I really don't need to go any further in the video. We understand what it's about. We know that she wants a mental break and the baby daddy is not willing to give it to her. But here's the thing with this. And first I'm going to address the woman because as they like to say, you picked him, right? So with this conversation going the way it's going, first of all, um, that's a grown man you're talking to, right? And so when we are talking to grown men that are not our children, we need to use a certain approach, a certain tone, and especially if it's somebody you claim to love and you claim to respect, the tone and the choice of language needs to be it needs to be a little bit more, not a little bit more, a lot more respectful. So, first of all, I just really feel like she's being very disrespectful. Bring it down a couple of notches, Tyra. Second of all, as a woman, we maintaining a home, a household with a man that is not fully competent in assisting you in the management of the home and the children, ma'am, that is your responsibility. You're going to have to just do that and leave him out. So, one of the things that um, women don't understand is that you cannot force a man to sit home with children if in his mind he's not a family man, right? A family man wants to be at home with his children. He wants to um, allow his woman a break. He wants to, make things easy for the both of them. And I'm not saying that this is the type of man that is, but what I'm saying is that when you're asking for what she says, a mental break, get some fresh air, and he's actively not doing anything, he's standing around the house arguing with her. She could have been down the street, got her pop, took a little 10-minute walk, and came back by now with all this, you know, bickering back and forth going on, right? Um, Number two, she's not even ready to go anywhere. You're not ready to go anywhere, ma'am. I can see if you were dressed, ready to go. Hey, keep the kids for a few minutes. I want to run to the store. So another thing that women fail at is these men have more game than us. We don't know we don't know how to do things to get things done, right? So instead of saying, "Hey, can you watch these kids cuz I want to go take a mental break?" Can you watch these kids because I need to go and I need to go to the grocery store? Or better yet, can you watch these kids because I have a gynecology appointment? Tell them you understand what I'm saying? When you're telling a man that is actively trying to hold you down, that you want him to take his foot off your neck so that you can go and breathe, that's not going to happen. You need to tell that man, hey, listen, can you watch these kids real quick? My mama's just sent me $200 and I need to go pick it up, and I want to make sure I'm focused on what I'm doing. Right? Can you watch these kids? Um, my back is aching. I need to go to the doctor and check it out, and I can't take the. I mean, just saying I need to go take a mental break. He don't give a fuck about your mental. He don't care, because if he did, he would have hopped to it, right? Now, like I said, I'm not going to be on here long, so I'm going to get right to the point. The point is, you can always pay for childcare. Okay, they have people all over the place that will be willing to watch your kids for you for a couple of hours a day, or be on standby for you, as we would say in the nursing world, PRN, as needed. So instead of trying to force this man to stay in the house because you also want to put your foot on his neck so he can't go do the things that he wants to do consistently, you can pay for some childcare, right? I don't think I haven't done childcare in a minute, but I don't think it costs that much for somebody to watch your kids for a few hours for the day. A friend, a family member, somebody that you trust. But for you to try to make this man sit with some kids and he doesn't want to do it, you're going to get nowhere. You're just going to get an argument, and then you're not even going to get to go out anywhere, right? Pay for some childcare. Now, on the man side of this, let's and I would just want to look at it from this perspective. Obviously, this man don't look like he got a job, because if he had a job, he wouldn't be standing in the kitchen arguing with her and while she's in the living room. A lot of times these men are out here hustling, and they can't be necessarily, I don't like to say tied down, but they can't be stuck in the house with the kids, because they might have to get up and go and get this money, or get up and go and get this money. So they don't necessarily want to tell you how they're doing that, or when that needs to be done, because they're on a PRN basis as needed too. So he might just be saying, no, I'm not watching these kids because I'm waiting for something and I have to be able to get up and go. Or no, I'm not watching these kids because I can't be stuck in the house, right? I have plans on doing something. So for me, it's poor communication between the two of them. And then he said, you should have said something. You said you were straight. You should have said something before if you wanted me to watch the kids. So, you know, I don't see, I pretty much, now I don't know their situation. I don't know what their relationship is like. But at this point in time, with this given piece of information, what I see manipulation on her part. I don't necessarily see narcissism on his end. I see manipulation on her part. And if you really must know the truth, I see manipulation on both of their parts. If I was to create a bigger picture, which I don't want to do, I just wanted to speak on this small little clip. So There are other ways as a baby mama, because you're a baby mama. I don't suppose you're a wife, because the situation would probably go much different. But there are other ways to gain a little bit of freedom throughout the day, throughout your week, throughout your children's growth and development. And if you have a man that does not want to participate in that, you need to find other ways to gain that. Because what you're going to do, what you do is you get an angry man. First of all, you don't want to leave kids at home with a man that's angry and don't want to watch them, because they're not going to be taken care of properly, right? Then, two, sometimes these men don't want to watch these kids because 9 times out of 10, they're not the ones that's taking care of them on a regular basis. So when you say, here, watch these kids, and you're going to run out the door, they don't know what the fuck to do. What do I feed these kids? What if they make a mess? I got to clean up behind them. What if they need to change their clothes? What am I going to put on them? Um, you know, uh, they don't understand that they have to watch these kids and make sure they don't hurt themselves. And they just pretty much don't know what to do. So here's another little tidbit aside from finding and paying for childcare. Another thing is, if you want your man to sit home and watch the kids, you need to make it as easy for him as possible, right? Take out what you want them to eat. If it has to be cooked, make sure it's already cooked. Have the snacks out, have the juices out, have everything distributed equally in portions for the kids. So all he got to do is here, hand Jacob this, hand Jeremiah that, hand Jamila that. Okay. If they need to change their clothes, here's a change of clothes for baby number one. Here's a change of clothes for baby number two. Here's a change of clothes for baby number three. Right? Um, if you got a small bottle fed baby, okay, there are 5 ready-made bottles in the refrigerator. All you got to do is, boil the water on the stove, heat them up. Don't put them in the microwave. Just heat it up from the stove. Or if you think the baby is going to be hungry, put it out, let it sit, get to room temperature. Right? Here's the change of clothes for the baby. Here's the baby's diapers. Here's the baby's wipes. Here's the clothes. The crib is clean. You have to make things easy for these men, because it is a daunting task for them to take care of children if they are not the sole care, if they are not there consistently helping and knowing the kids' routine and what you do with them, right? So you can't just get up and run out the door and say, here, watch the kids. Like what? If the kids are not independent and they can't, go in there and fix themselves a sandwich, go in there and get a banana, go in there and get an apple, it's going to be more difficult for him, because now he has to get up and he has to make decisions. And you know that it's very hard for Black men to make decisions, right? So we have to change our approach, and we have to figure out which one is the best one for the man that you're with. What does he need in order to help you with the kids? Does he need everything set out for him? Right? Is there a specific time where he can watch the kids and you can go get a mental break? Because you can pretty much get a mental break at any time of the day or the night. If you got a car, you can go out at 2 in the morning and get your mental break. Go to the gas station, get you a cup of coffee. I don't know, get your pop, drive around. Who knows? Do what? But it has to be convenient for the both of you. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there. We have to go about things differently, because this is why we end up hating each other. This is why Black men and Black women end up hating each other, because of lack of communication and a lack of preparation and a lack of good decision making and being capable of making decisions. So anyway, that's all I had to say about this video. I think I'm going to do another one. But I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. You guys have yourselves a good one. Please hit the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye bye.